Okay, Dean, once again, let's clear the field. Dean's about to run loose on the MX-5.
I know, that's what everybody wants to hear about, is a underpowered, modest subclass racing series.
I saw the videos, mate. You look good out there.
Yeah. Pukekohe, final fling last weekend. Basically, the motorsport has effectively stopped at Pukekohe Park Raceway after 60 years.
Yeah.
And that's sad in itself, because you never want to see a motorsport and a motor racing facility closed down for any reason. No. Much less to the detriment or to
much less to horse people.
To horse people as well. They've got their venues and money. So it's really, really sad. It's such an icon of New Zealand motoring and motorsport. Yeah. I went out there. Effectively, it was like first time for the last time. It was my very first time racing at Pukekohe in the Mazda MX-5 series. It was a good chance to actually get out there. I did tow with the Ford Ranger 2-litre bi-turbo. So we've got a tow story coming up on that, because that's the third and final part of a little bit of a towing story we've done between Ranger Raptor, the V6 model, and the 2-litre turbo. Towing the exact same thing. So we'll have that story online very soon. Just interesting to see the fuel comparison.
And you had the experts. What was the name of the experts that helped you last week?
It was Marshall.
And they diddled the gearbox, didn't they? And they diddled it well because, mate, you got some results.
They did. We gave the gearbox a bit of an update, and it was much, much better, for sure. There's a few little improvements to be made over that car over time. It is a budget series, by the way. The final fling, the Speedworks event final fling at Pukekohe was a really good big event. Probably over 10,000 people out there. The stands weren't completely jam-packed like a V8 supercar event would be, but for a smaller event, it was really good to see all the people and crowd out there and everyone walking around the pits. They had super trucks out there, Central muscle cars, Honda Carp, and then I think there's going to be a highlights package that appears on TV, possibly CRC Motorsport.
And this is like Mardi Gras for a straight guy, you know.
Well, MX-5s, I mean, the hairdryers are on the standby.
Yeah, the MX-5's got.
Yeah. So we've got a full story about the MX-5s online anyway, so I won't bore you too much.
Oh, you can
details.
tell us. Give us the numbers, man.
But it was actually really good. So with the gearbox improvements to the car, I went out there first time on the track, qualified on pole by 0.2 of a second.
Ooh.
And so I was really happy with that. It's just such a ballsy track through turn one. It's fantastic. Like you're grabbing fifth gear in an MX-5, 180 k's an hour going through turn one, pretty much almost flat. You just have a little bit of a lift and then get back onto it.
Yeah.
The car's moving and going through the bumps and where the horses cross the track, and it's really, really awesome. And I was blown away. It's one of my favourite tracks.
Yes, it's dead though now.
Yeah.
It's just that it's dead, all right? It's gone forever.
Qualified on pole. I won the first race, which I was really pleased with. Thank you. We had a reverse grid and started 10th. Like I was literally 40th of a 40-car grid, because we've got RX-8s and RX-7s in front of us. So I was 40th.
But 10 in the pack of MX-5s.
10 in the pack of MX-5s. Yeah. So they always segregate the field.
Yeah.
So it's always RX-8s, and then we're always the last 10. And I got up to fourth on that one.
Yeah, man.
Not so great, but...
Would that have been more fun? Like just working your way back through the pack?
Definitely. Definitely much more fun. Had a few little moments in that one, but fourth. And then race 3, which was kind of a scratch race, started front row and won that one as well. Cool. So, it was a really, really close race. RX-8s are going off. I think there was 3 RX-8s effectively written off. They will be rebuilt, but 3 RX-8s crashed that weekend. We had a really good fight. With a couple of RX-8s, with an RX-8 and an RX-7 amongst us. With Marco Braid, he won the second race and always finished second behind me, so he did a really good job as well. He's a 2-time championship winner, so great to have him out there as well. So he did it well. And I'll give you a quick 2-minute highlights package. We'll start the video now. Yeah. So here we are joining the back straight. You can see there's an RX-8 on the left and the red MX-5 of Marco Braid on the right. We're going in the chicane, which is a really interesting, good complex. So you can see under brakes and cornering, the MX-5s are really quick, particularly given the speed. I mean, these are RX-8 and RX-7 back markers, so don't want to be too unfair on them. We can see we come up to the hairpin. And in an MX-5, it's pretty much flat from here until turn 1. So you're playing a bit of a game of draft right now.
Good speed out of the hairpin, mate.
Yeah, definitely, despite the driver error. Misshift into third, but recovered a little bit, and now I'm getting into the draft. This is flat through here in an MX-5. You can see the bumps. It's getting bumpy. start to pull in the RX-8. He's just had a little bit of a lift over the hill. Look at the crowd, a little bit of a crowd on the left, under the bridge, into turn 1, grabbing fifth gear. And here we go. You can see the RX-8 balks Marku a little bit, who's in the lead. This is the fight for lead, and he balks him, pushes him into the outside a little bit, and I dive up the inside, go for that move there, up the RX-8's backside again and try and latch onto him.
Oh, you got him here, surely.
Latch onto him for a little bit of a tow, but it's so hard. They've got so much more power. They just pull away, and even sitting in the draft, he just jumps away. Yeah. So there's the RX-7.
So you moved over to block there just to make sure?
No, I'm trying to get in the toe of the RX-7 because I knew probably RX-8 was off. So here we are, braking about the 90-metre mark into the chicane, back to second gear, carry a lot of speed into the apex and trail brake. Yep. Again, they're having their own little battle now. So yep, up behind the RX-8 again. So it was a bit frustrating because they kind of balk our corner speed and braking speed. But Marku's right behind me now. Again, good to get a good run out. RX-8 pretty much takes off. And you can see the speed difference between like an early 80s RX-7 and a 10-year-old RX-8. Totally. He's off. So now I knew this RX-7 was going to be a little bit slow over the hill, so pick an outside line.
Oh, nice. You go in on him? Nah, stay on the outside.
Yep.
Nice, man.
And got a good run. And,
yeah, it's big ballsy because if you chuck a wheel on that grass, she's all over into pit lane.
Yeah, that's right. But it was good. Good in the MX-5s. So, yeah, actually, I brought something in to show you. That is not the trophy I won. Actually,
is it not?
That's a prop. I'll show you what that is. This is a budget series, so that's what we won. A hat, a cap, a Hancock cap. It's a podium cap. It's a budget series. Everything is so cheap.
No, I know that, but I know what that hat means to you. That's the main thing. Anyway.
So the whole costs for the weekend are probably about, I don't know, running costs, fuel and entry fee, about $300.
Yeah, cool.
Quite realistically. So sort of semi-borrowed car, trailer and everything else. So that worked out well. We've got one round to go. Hampton Downs, May 6-7. There's 1 point in the championship. I'm actually leading the championship by 1 point over Marku.
That's amazing, mate.
It is,
yeah. We've got to get out there and celebrate.
So 75 points for a race win, so it's open, totally open.
Good luck to you, mate. You've done well.